Anish, you had to defend against wild preparation from Gukesh today, and it felt like you were under tremendous pressure. Did you feel that way?
Yeah, it's a known idea. I think these days it's really hard to find a new idea that's like not played before at all, which is also good. So this is a known idea. I recall some games like Grishuk and so on, and yeah, I was a little bit annoyed that I couldn't recollect exactly my prep because. Yeah, the problem is that I looked at it, of course, it's a very, very principled line, like all the way to here. Already 97 is an important idea. Then the pawn sacrifice, it's really, really cool.
So you were still in some sort of prep?
Yeah, no, definitely. Like this is sort of a starting position. And the computer gives back a small advantage at first, but of course, as always, on depth, these things turned out good. So Queen E3 was my preparation. Now the point is that I remembered, I recollected e5, knight g4, this fascinating queen sack. I was trying to basically calculate it again, but it looks also just very good. And during the game, I realized he's not going to play it. Actually, I was calculating this long line. I went here, and then I thought about queen f7. And I was calculating this.
I was actually shocked that you went for queen e3. I thought you don't know the position.
Oh, no.
You actually calculated all of this.
Yeah, I was sort of recollected the prep. Yes, actually, I couldn't find the exact comfortable draw here. I think knight f1, queen e6 is dangerous. So I was thinking about this position, whether that's a fortress, but I think it's very tricky because he might want to go with the king around via b5 and then leak into e8. So I was worried about that. And then I was thinking about bishop d5, rook f2, rook d1, knight f1. I was thinking about takes, rook g2. Rook g2, rook g4. Yeah, I was thinking about this position. Maybe it's the way. Yeah, basically I was thinking about all that. But then I realized that he was thinking that, okay, this is not going to happen, of course. Also, I remember bishop a6 thing. Yeah, that's queen d2, bishop d2 thing. There's also queen sack. I realized, yeah, he's not going to do that. And he played rook f3, bishop b2. And
he found a way to keep the game going, right?
Yeah, we are back to sort of the same position. Maybe I have a slightly better version, but the thing is, I don't remember why. And yeah, I was trying to remember like if I still looked at it, but I'm afraid that I didn't look at the move rook f3, and then yeah, I was basically confused with all the different lines that I looked at. And I was instead of playing, I was just recollecting the whole time. And then I realized, like, what the hell am I doing? I looked at the clock. I just make a move, and I just made a move. And
the thing is, in most of these variations, the engine at big depth, you have like 5 lines that give 0, 0, 0, right?
Yes. Well, I don't know. Also, I was so slow. Like, I thought he'll play like some of, like, I think queen e2. Yeah, I was thinking about e5, knight h5, or queen a5. e5, I don't think, yeah, rook c2 is very unpleasant, and knight f5 comes in. So I was thinking, knight h5 I thought doesn't work also, because I think rook c2 as well. I thought this doesn't work. Okay, the computer still... Yeah, actually, I was thinking about these things. I think I was also wondering about f6, g6, and if he can just checkmate me with queen d2, queen h6. I was not sure, so I wouldn't want... do you want to find out? Yes, one move I considered was queen a5 as well. Then I thought he'll probably get out of this attack. And I was looking at these positions as well. To be honest, I was quite unhappy with my position, to be very frank, because I thought that queen e3 was forcing the matters, but I think that I might have misanalyzed it a little bit, in a sense that I probably looked, at the best moves for white, at the zeros, yeah. And probably I didn't see rook f3, I'm afraid. And then I was trying to understand, like, because of course you can also play queen c5, which is the main line. So I was trying to understand, like, why having rook on f3 is so bad for white. So I was trying to exploit it somehow, and...
I think you did a good job, by the way.
Yeah, but I was not happy, because... Yeah, no, it was good. Queen e7 is good, because here, yeah, also h3 impressed me. I didn't know what's the point, so I was very impressed. I have so many options, e5, queen a5, all these moves. Yeah, I went some random move. Okay, I was annoyed that I lost a lot of time, so I played fast. And then rook c2, yeah, I got very, very worried. But luckily I have a queen a7, because the point is, I thought, was this tricky line. Then suddenly the complications work out, I think, because always there's queen e1 trading queens whenever there is some sort of a blow, So f5 doesn't work. Then he went queen e1. Yeah, I expected queen e2. Then we were discussing e5 or knight h4. I don't like e5. We are talking about this position with queen d7, rook g3, g6, and I told him I think it's bad for Black, but actually not so clear. Yeah, I didn't see bishop. I thought bishop b5, queen d1 is okay actually, but I thought something else was bad. Although this, also is tricky, indeed. Because bishop e4 is continuing this line. I was trying to calculate it actually, but it seems that it's good for white. Bishop e5. I missed bishop e5 because you want to take the rook on e8 first. Yeah. Okay, that's tricky stuff. But I wasn't going to go knight h4 anyway. Rook somewhere and then just some move. The point of knight h4 is that he wants to go f5, I think, at some point. Knight. I'm sort of preemptively putting the knight there against f5. Though, frankly, I was still unsure. Like, I was thinking he'll go f5. He said e5, but I think my knight might be trapped on h4 long term. So I was very concerned. I was going to go ef, and then I was even thinking like this position. Okay, probably it's okay for black, but I thought okay, white has full compensation. What he did, he went just bishop f1. I went h6.
We were a bit surprised that you guys decided to repeat the position at this point.
By the way, that was also interesting. Yeah, the thing is, I thought if white does nothing, he has full compensation. But on every move, I'm worried there is a 5 or bishop f6 or something forcing. Like here, for example, I suddenly thought this bishop f6, queen f6, knight h5. Now I had the backup with queen d4, which I realized is not working because rook d3, queen e4, queen h4, rook c1. There is like multiple things, but the easiest is just queen d8 and rook d1 or rook g3, like I said. So I was going to go queen e7. And then I suddenly noticed queen to a1 and got a little confused. But then after the game, I realized I have e5, maybe even g6, or maybe knight g6. Yeah, you see, there are a lot of options. But I was kind of concerned about these forcing lines, and also f5 on every move is something to consider. And then, he kept surprising me with moves that keep tension. But I didn't think that... I thought like... I don't know which... I can make a move, though, as well. Did
you consider perhaps that you might be able to put some pressure now that you're up on time? What do you think about this?
I was happy that I'm up on time, for sure, which I thought would help me in the upcoming struggle to survive. I didn't really think that I'm taking over. The thing is, like, also with players like Gukesh, my default is that I know that he always plays for a win, so I just don't even think about it. But then somehow he repeated himself, which is usually not what he does. Of course, the thing is that I don't have a big move, but I could make another move, like maybe like a move like rook d7. But then let's say a move like king h2. Maybe if I play somebody who I think is very weak, I can just keep making moves and hope for something. But like I don't really have an active plan. And I feel that my position, like white is the one who has all these options with f5, bishop f6, knight h5. So from my perspective, I was thinking...
You were just waiting.
I'm just waiting, reacting. Yeah. So in that sense, I'm okay to repeat. But actually, from his perspective, of course, as he told me after the game, he thought f5 doesn't work, he thought bishop f6 doesn't work, and he didn't see a move. So he thought he was worse because he thought like... what move he can make, but he just starts standing. The thing is, I also thought, like, what move can I make? Should I just stand? But I think it's a position of dynamic equality of sorts.
Well, tomorrow you have, in the last one, white against Fabi, you can play spoilers. What's the strategy?
To squeeze him very tight and watch him explode. like a dove or a pigeon.
Which one?
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing, of course. Guys, back to you.
Quick question for Anish. And instead of the move h7, h6, did Anish consider the move rook c2? That is where we had focused our analysis.
Yasser is asking whether you consider this move rook to c2 instead of h6.
Yes, I did. I'm not going to tell you honestly why I didn't play it. It's very embarrassing. But I consider that move, seriously, yeah. He told me after the game that, actually, yes, I was not sure about bishop f6 because my pieces are a little bit uncoordinated at the moment, but he told me after the game that he was going to go bishop c3, and it sounded very impressive because it seems like my rook is trapped, but it seems like it's not. So, no, I could have played rook c2, yeah. Yeah, no, there is a reason why I went h6, which computer even slightly prefers, but it's too embarrassing to tell, so I'm not.
It's a good move. h6, it's a good move.
Yeah. No, the thing is that, okay, in complications, computer shows here, yeah. But basically, look, something will happen, yeah. And in whatever happens, then you have always a back rank issue. So in general, move like h6 is more universal, let's say. But of course, I never got that opportunity again. So I expected maybe he will go some move like king h2, and then I have rook c2 there, and then these kind of variations they should work only better for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, when he went queen d2, which is actually one of the reasons why I went rook d8. I wanted to disturb his queen and constantly threaten invasion. Because I thought, okay, otherwise he'll go king h2 next. But actually, after king h2, he ran out of moves. But I didn't realize that. I just thought, okay, he has lots of, maybe he'll find a way to improve. But
well, Anish, go train your grip for tomorrow, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks.
Thank you, Anish, for the answer there. Rook c2, and there was one game.